Hello, hello. If you're watching on the replay, we are going to be bouncing around to a bunch of different projects, little bits at a time, depending on when I need to put stuff to the side to dry. And we're going to start by trying to make a bit of progress on this ornament. So welcome, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a good day. Hey Tina, how you doing? How's your day today? Got some old dried up paint still stuck on my tools. I didn't do a good job cleaning up after painting on Thursday. Today's Thursday. On Tuesday, after the live Tuesday night, I didn't do a good job cleaning up, and I haven't even been back in this room since then. So and I didn't give myself enough time to get ready for the live, so I've got some cleaning up to do. Maybe that'll be this evening. Try and make some space. Hi Asha, how you doing? All right. What are you guys doing today? What's on the agenda? I'm doing all right, Tina. How are you? Not in the best spirits today, but hopefully sitting and painting will help level some of that out. Nothing's wrong, just having a day. So I know I sound off. I have had comments about that already, that my voice sounds off, and I'm sure it does. Lunch and then painting. Very nice. What are you having for lunch? So painting is always a good thing for me, no matter how busy my head is getting or what other things are pulling my attention or how I'm feeling. Being able to sit down and paint is definitely one of those things that just makes life feel a little easier sometimes, eh? Not sure yet? Well, I hope you have a good lunch. Hi, Terry. Hi, Michelle. How's it going? So I'm going to be working on this ornament. I've got another ornament as well. And then I think, depending on the progress that we make with those, then we'll move to the pink and purple piece that I started during the last workshop. So I'd like to make some progress on it. So that kind of, I'll probably be working on those projects, the two ornaments and the pink and purple canvas, or wood panel, I should say. We'll be working on that quite a bit over the next couple of weeks or so. Doing good, was lying in bed trying to sleep, and your live message popped up. Oh, 4:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope you fall asleep quickly. Good, Terry. Hi, Ingrid. I'm not sure what you mean, paint the ornament in sections. I start by just completely going around in circles, and I paint until my hand gets tired, and then I let it dry. Sometimes I have to put it aside because if there's nowhere for me to put my hand to paint until it's dry, then I'll set it aside as well. Not sure if that's what you meant or not. And hello back to you from Canada. Thanks for coming and hanging out today, guys. Hey, Letitia. I managed to get a pour done this morning. And I'm hoping to do at least one more today, maybe even two, which will feel nice. I've got an order I've got to pack up and take to the post office tomorrow. But I'm optimistic for lots of painting time over the next few days. Yeah, I only let it dry if I absolutely have to, though. I'm stubborn that way. I typically push past it quite a bit. But that's usually why I've got a bunch of projects on the go, doing a few things at a time. Because there's always going to get to be a point where you have to set it aside to dry, right? Can't do top dots until everything is dry. Can't erase your guidelines until everything is dry. You might not have room to put your hands somewhere. Depending on where you have to put it to dry, that's going to impact that. So yeah, I do if I absolutely have to. Oh, thank you, Asha. Hey, Michelle. How you doing? This color scheme is my new favorite color scheme. I started it with this candle holder. This is the double extra large candle holder, 16 centimeter candle holder from Devon Dotting. And then I did this one, and I've got a third one that I'm going to do as well. And then I've done the ornaments so far. This one needs a little bit added to it. I'm not happy with how it comes over the sides. I feel like it needs to go down a bit further, so I'm going to add some more to that. And then working on this one. Yes, I saw you did a pour today. You got lots of stuff done, eh? Good job getting the cleaning done, too. Good to see you, Ingrid. Hey, Vicky. Thank you. How you doing? Good to see ya. See, I bought these ornaments right after saying, of course, that I wasn't going to be buying anything else to paint. I had said to myself that if I'm not buying any of the glass ornaments this year, I've got 800 of the plastic ones to paint. Like, I'm not running out of stuff to paint. But there were colors that they hadn't had in a really long time that I thought, you know what, if I ever see them again. I remember there was a set like this that had 3 of the shiny and 3 of the matte, and they were like a dark chocolate brown. And I remember seeing ones that were a dark purple. And I had remembered this green, and I had said, I'm only going to buy glass ornaments if they have the green, the purple, or the brown, thinking that I was going to be totally safe because they haven't had these colors at my Michael's in like 2-3 years. So, of course, that was that was the universe or karma or something biting me in the ass. Nothing new, Vicky? Well, it's good to see ya. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Good to see you guys. All right. This is good. Already starting to loosen up. This is good, good, good. All right. So, when I'm looking at the ornaments, I want to make sure that the design comes down fairly far. I want it to wrap. I want to leave some of the green, of course, but I want to make it a little bit longer. So I'm going to kind of modify some of these swoops. This pattern, this design is available in one of my downloadable patterns. There's a 6 pattern bundle of wraparound ornament designs that's on my website, mandalaloveaffair.com. So if you want the step-by-step instructions on how to paint this ornament, I did the instructions when I painted it on a blue ornament with whites and silvers and champagnes and stuff. And this is just a new color scheme. But if that's helpful for you, mandalaloveaffair.com. Hi, Heidi. How you doing? Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. So, I'm just going to put this lid back on, and I want to compare it to the other one because the other one in my head has way more space. Okay, so we go here, and I just want to get an idea Okay, so this one's down a little bit lower. That's good, but not by much. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. On this original design, I changed and did these. I didn't change. I did these swoops here, right? But because I did everything fairly small and compact, it doesn't go out and down as far as I'd like it to. Whereas if I go here and just repeat these swoops in and down and around here, that should bring it down to about there. And I think that would be kind of cool. I think that would be a really nice length. So that's what I'm going to try anyway. Let's see what happens. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to add anything to that other one. But I do have a couple ideas as well. We'll see what happens. All right. My cord is in the way, causing some shadow. Okay, so I need the taupe. And I need my straight tool. And I'm going to zoom in when I turn this on its side. I got to take that top off again. If I leave this in, I don't have a lot of real estate to put my thumb when I'm holding the ornament. Whereas if I take the top off, then I have room here on the bottom, and then I have my whole thumb over here. I can't do that with this on there. So if that's helpful for you, that's an option. All right, so taupe, and here we go. This is the paranoia part, though, where it would definitely be tempting to put it aside while it's drying, because there's always the risk that this part is going to land on your hand over here. What color schemes would you use on these green ornaments? Or are they a color you would even gravitate to? Do you have a color that you're kind of hoping to find some of? These ornaments can be a little hard on the hands sometimes too, so make sure that you're stopping and stretching your hands and giving your wrists a rest. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it that way. I think this is a mistake. I think it's going to be too jammed in. So we're going to do something completely different. Oops. We're going to wing it. So definitely not enough space to go in and add a whole bunch more swoops in there. So we modify on the fly. Hey Patty, how you doing? I was wondering if my comments had stopped again on me. After these ornaments are done, are you going to do a bunch more? Do you have something else between? I have no idea. I have nothing planned. I have all kinds of stuff that I could work on. I'm going to get more stuff prepped so that I can fully embrace the idea that I don't have to plan anything and I can fly by the seat of my pants. I'm glad you're doing good, Patty. Sending you a big hug. I've got about 15 different ideas in my head. So I've got lots of stuff in the on deck circle. I just have no idea which one's going to win yet. How about you? Am I very rhymey today? Oh, goodness. That's funny. Didn't even notice that I was. Oh, that's what I'll do. All right, so we're going to do larger orange dots. I think those were a 4. What size is you? You're 5 or a 5.5, I think. So that means I need size 6 Happy Dotting Company tool. Where are you? There you are. All right. Hi, Sarah. Also no idea. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Sometimes there is decision paralysis when you have many, many ideas and many, many things that are available to paint. It's real easy to sit and kind of not really know where to go next, you know? Okay, now, is this going to still sit here? Yes. If you're ever... My paranoia was always that I was going to set this down on a cup and I was going to misjudge the size and I was going to screw it up. So I'll turn it upside down or turn it on its side and I'll move the cup in there and then I can see that it's okay. But then I get it in the right position before I set it down on the table. Helps my anxiety about it a little bit. I feel like I did enough for today. Maybe just relax and do nothing. Tina. Yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy it. I call bullshit. I have a feeling that the way Letitia maybe relaxes is what we would all call three work days. Your energy, you're like an Energizer bunny, my dear. It's impressive to watch. All right, so now I got to figure out what the hell I was doing with that. So I had an idea. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Right. Okay, so we are starting with the taupe again, and we are going to do a version of these swoops, but around there. It is quite impressive, Letitia, really. But you know, one of the things that impresses me about every single person, we're gonna center out Letitia, is that you really have figured out how to make your space work for you. and I think that that's wonderful. It's something that, it's so cool that you've been able to kind of really figure out what works for you, like your setup and your storage and your space and everything like that. It's really cool. And it's what I see with everybody when they post, like, hey, I didn't have this, so this is what I figured out. Like, dot painters are really a bunch of MacGyvers, right? Like, well, I didn't have that, but I did have 2 rolls of duct tape and 3 feet of PVC, so I built it myself. Outgrown your space, it's a mess. It's so easy for it to get out of control too, eh? I'm at the point in here where I need to get some shelves up on the wall and try to figure out how I've made everything fit, but it's not optimized, Taking over the house sounds fantastic. Getting a few sales here and there, Sarah. It's been pretty quiet. 'Tis been pretty quiet, but I'm also not posting reliably, so I'm not upset about it to the point where I'm wondering why it's happening, But I'm picking it up, so it'll pick up too. Usually after Thanksgiving in the U.S., all around Christmas shopping stuff tends to pick up. And if I'm not mistaken, is that today? Or is it later in the month? Why am I seeing Black Friday sales starting this week? I thought it meant that this was Thanksgiving. I don't understand. Thank you, Sarah. I did some ornaments last year on matte blue glass ornaments, and I used a design. I used like whites and champagnes and rose golds and kind of earthy metallic tones. And it was included in one of my pattern bundles. I have a wraparound ornament design pattern bundle, and this is one of those ones. It's so cool. I'll have to get a picture of the blue and be able to show and say, this is basically the same design, a couple tiny changes made, but basically the same design. But look how wildly different they look from each other. Changing the background color makes a huge difference, but when you change the color of the painting itself too. Oh, is that what they did? Is it the 24th? I have no idea. No idea. I don't need to know, which is the horrible part. Right? I'm like, I have no idea. I should know it by now, but I don't. Well, anyways, Black Friday sales, I guess, are starting. So that'll make a big difference for all small businesses, I think. Just because it gets into handmade season, craft fairs and markets start to pick up, all of that good stuff. Very organized with my molds and castings and such. Well, I know. That's why we were talking about your space, right? Your space is incredibly organized. The rest of it is chaos no matter what you do, I think. I think the only way to not feel chaos in the photography, editing, product listing, advertising stuff, I think the only time that it would feel easy is if there was somebody else to do it for us, because that's the hard part. That's the really hard part. Yeah, it's really, really difficult, right? And it's so funny because we can look at other people's websites and go, you know what? It's all very simple. I don't need to make this so complicated. But then at the same time, it doesn't feel like us if we don't, add to it or something. I know Devin Dotting is having a sale tomorrow. I know. I was thinking about that too. Small Business Saturday is the 25th, and then Cyber Monday is the 27th. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Vicky. I'm taking a screenshot of that so that I remember. You would drop it, Sarah? Sorry, I didn't mean to skim past you there. It's happened, and that's part of the paranoia. And the hardest thing is, forcing yourself to set it down to give your hands and your wrists a break. Because that's when that stuff happens, right? Is when your hands and your wrists get tired and they just let go. Right? And that's awful when you're sitting and you're painting. You're sitting in your painting and your hand just lets go, right? I think we were talking about that one of the other days in the live of like random movements. Like I went and turned my head, but my hand decided to chuck one of my tools across the room. I'm like, what? I didn't want to do that. I don't remember asking my body to do that. And it just does these involuntary things. And the dropping scares me the most because if I'm dropping it, it's going to be wet when it lands, and that's going to be a problem. I would have to hook it up on a long string so it felt like it wouldn't smudge. Yeah, and that's not a bad idea. Have like a pulley, like trapdoor system where if you drop it, it tensions and holds it up for you so you don't lose it. But you might even be able to build something like that on a clothesline, and that's an interesting idea. A very interesting idea. But it does make it a little bit slow because, again, like holding on to ones like this, it's a little more difficult. And you just don't have as much real estate to hold on to, right? So you're trying to not move your hands too much and not touch anything by accident. And so also know that that's yet another valid reason to set your work down and do it in parts, right? And like we were talking about earlier. So if you need to let it dry, that's good. If you need a physical break, that's good, right? Sometimes you just need a mental break from it, right? I need to break from focusing so hard to hold this still. Let's see. Are you going to stay there? Yes, you are. As long as you don't roll. Don't roll. Okay. Okay, so now we go. All right, here we go. Without guidelines, it's definitely not easy, that's for sure. It's possible, always possible, but it's definitely not the easiest. And that happens a lot too, and give yourself the grace that if that does happen to you, that, you get to a point and it's so uneven that you can't not look at it. Like, when you're like, I can't unsee it, and maybe nobody else will notice, but I'm going to see it every time I look at it. Give yourself the permission to start it over, to figure out a way to make it a little bit easier. A rubber band can always help as well. If you got a rubber band that you could put on the center, that could help too. But give yourself that time to know that it sometimes you can take all of the long, slow breaths that you want. You can be as careful as you could ever possibly be, and things still just don't work out, right? You got to give yourself permission for that practice to figure out that system. Look for points of reference as well, right? So I'm not looking at this as a ball. I'm looking at this as a square that fits between my thumb and my finger, right? So I'm not only looking at the distance that I'm doing things away from the design, but I'm looking at, is it look like when I turn this around, is it the same distance all the way around? And be doing lots and lots of checks. Yes, sorry, I thought I showed that at the beginning when you first got here. I must have been just before you came. I will show you that in a minute. Let me finish these red swoops first, and then I will grab it. And then I'm hoping to have, well, the third one should start its drying today, coming out of the molds. And so another week from now, and I'll be able to get started on the third candle holder, which I am very excited to do. I'm really, really excited to see these three as a set. I think it's going to look really cool. Thanks, Kathy. How you doing? While watching, I'm constantly holding my breath. Yeah. Yeah. It's nerve-wracking. Just please don't hold your breath. Don't need anybody going to hospital because they passed out. Oops. That's what happens when you get lazy and you don't clean your tools off after every swoop. You don't get the nice sharp pointy line at the bottom reliably. Did it again. Okay, so now we can set this one down. Can we? Yes, like so. All right, now we go to orange, and then we'll do copper. Oh, we gotta stretch though. Okay, so while I'm stretching, there is the second candle holder. So this was the first candle holder, and there's the second one. So the third one is gonna look just like this one, only instead of a band of spiral dots like that, it is going to be a band of dots like that are all the same color in every row. So there's number one, and that one is number two. I love them. I love them so much. Isn't that pretty? So this is Fire Opal, is the metallic. I just love it. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Looking at these, I wished that when I had started the ornaments, that I had done them with large red dots and red swoops instead of orange. So there might be another set with these colors, but just with more of a red focus, I think. Hey, Jan. How you doing? Yeah, I think they're pretty. Same like when someone else is driving. I feel like they don't keep enough distance or whatever, but it's different. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really happy with them. Really happy with them. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you. It's good to see you, Jan. Oops. I need some. So what you been up to, Jan? What you been making? Jan's always doing something fun. Thank you for the love, Asha. Isn't it pretty? Seems I'm never around anymore. Hell, I'm starting to miss it. Well, how could you not miss it? As long as you are happy and life is well, we will be here whenever you have the opportunity to come and hang out. So you guys, and that goes for all of you. Doesn't matter how long it's been since you were at the last lives, how long of a break, how long of a trip, how long life just pulls you in a different direction. You are always still part of the family here. Okay. Now, I haven't thought much farther past these swoops, so we'll see how these go. Definitely going to add some more walking dots in there, and then we'll just figure out what to put there. I might do, I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. Sometimes you gotta just go forward with everything else in your plan and come back to an empty space when an idea comes to you. So that's probably what we'll do with this little round space that's being created by these swoops here. Oh, sorry, that's too far. No, I haven't done any painting. This is the first time I've sat down to do any painting since the last live, unfortunately. So I haven't had a chance to work on anything. Okay. So now I need the metallic. Yeah. Your creations are always amazing. Oh, thanks, Asha. That's so nice to hear. Thank you for saying that. I actually spoke with Barb yesterday. Oh, good. Sitting in a recliner eating glazed donuts. That sounds wonderful. Sounds damn good to me. Yeah, I need to reach out to Barb. I haven't sent her a message in a while. I'm glad that you got to talk to her yesterday and she's doing good. Working. Yeah, my reflection in the ornament, eh? At least we got a chance to dry in preparation for top dots. Yes, exactly. Hey, Gail. Oh, Georgie. Hey, Georgie. I don't know why I thought that said Gail. Good to see you, Georgie. Thank you. Yeah, it's got to be really busy season 4, with all of the sports. And probably lots of concerts and stuff, too. So busy. I need to send a message to Sharon, too. I haven't reached out to her in a while. Gotta check in. Hey, Rebecca. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I think if I do these ornaments again, I would make the red instead of... I did the orange because in my head, I'm like, that's what I need to do to use the metallic. And I completely blanked on the fact that I used the metallic as a top dot on the red on the candle holder. And it's so amazing that I'm on my second ornament and it's taken me that long to realize what the difference is. Like, oh yeah, that's why it feels so much more orangey. So I'll probably give them another go. If you are waiting for new ornament step-by-step patterns, I hate to disappoint, but there likely won't be any new ones this year. I want to focus on trying to paint as much as possible. So for the next little bit, I'm not going to be writing up too many patterns. And I'm going to spend some time revisiting some of my old patterns, because they've got some great designs in there that I never go back to. So just know that all of the ornament bundle patterns on my website is what's going to be there for this year. And then for next year, I'll try and make some new ones. Baby hippos. I love baby hippos. They're so cute. Hey, David. How you doing? Good to see ya. Oh, I know what we could do. I got a new set of tools to try out. I'm going to be posting a video at some point after I have a chance to play with them, but we could play with them right now. Anybody else want to play for a minute? All right, let me grab them. Where is that package? So it's a company that reached out to me. They are a Canadian company, and they're called Beyond Dots Tools. And the tool set is called Drama Drops. So these tools let you create teardrop shapes, and they are wire up at the top. Kind of neat, eh? So I'm excited to play with them and kind of figure them out. And I want to try them with multi-surface paints on mugs and stuff too, but I haven't played with them yet. Oh, thanks, Asha. I appreciate that. Didn't do too much. Yeah, they are expensive. That was something that I did have a little moment of sticker shock there. No, these ones, they might be modeled after ones for clay work, but these ones are marketed specifically for painting. So let's see. I have no idea how to use these things, so let's just see what happens. That's kind of cool. Exactly. Not that thin. Okay, let me bring the paint here so you can see this. Yeah. I was not expecting this. Okay, so I dip it in the paint, right? So let me zoom in. Whoop, sorry. And then as I pull it out of the paint, it's holding on to paint. And then I place this down like so. Bubble. Bink. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm just going to rinse it in water. All right, let's just try all the different sizes. That's the next size down. And they rinse off nice and easy. Just shake them in some water. So which one's the next size? Blue. I am spoiled in that I was gifted these ones to try them out for a local Oshawa company. And they are called Beyond Dots. I'm going to ask them if I can get some kind of discount code for you. But they're called Beyond Dots. So if you look beyonddots.ca, okay? Trying to pop the bubble. The side of the tools to distribute the paint. Yeah, to kind of move it around. So this one is size number 3. Now, I have no idea about paint consistency. Like, this is fairly thinned out paint because I added quite a bit of pouring medium. I don't know how it would work with thicker paints. So that'll be fun to kind of experiment with. And there's 6 tools altogether. It's not working. I know, it's nice that they're Canadian, isn't it? So I'm going to try some different paints too, right? Because this might just be really bubbly because it's got a lot of pouring medium in it. Right? How freaking cool is that? Oh, they're so cool. All right, let's keep going. It did, and the bubble's gone now. If you only put paint on the outer edge, so only on the metal without the paint, you can make an outline. Yeah, and I don't know how to make that happen, but it's happened a couple of times by accident. Yeah, this paint is just really bubbly, so... Look at how easy this is. Oh, this is me eating my words and saying, I don't know that they're going to be worth the money. Because I can't tell you that I would spend that kind of money on a new set of tools. I really wouldn't. But hindsight is 20/20, right? You never know until you use it, and I never would have guessed this. Bing. Oops. I'll just hold it down longer. If you put it on a bit of an angle, you can kind of turn. Okay, so I need to try a paint now that's not Folk Art Treasure Gold. I need to try Americana. So I'm going to grab a bottle of Americana because I don't want it to be the stuff that's been sitting in my paint pots. And we're going to try out a Deco Art Americana. We're going to check out a Folk Art Matte. And we're going to check out a Craft Smart. Where is it? Where are you? Craft Smart. The company name is beyonddots.ca. Oh, that's a good idea, Jan. All right. Here, let's try it with the color that we've already played with, because then at least there's some consistency there. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. All right. So if I dip down that way, what happens? I think it pools a little bit, but not much. And you see how when you only dip with a little bit, see how it gets that kind of hollow look? So I'm just, this is a full dip. See the tool, how full it is? All right, but then I can do a second one. Or I can have one that has less paint on it and it gets that little, that's neat. Thank you for the blessed poos and the bless yous. Hey Rose, how you doing? Good to see ya. We are playing with new tools. All right, so we have tried Folk Art Treasure Gold with lots of pouring medium. Now we are going to try a Craft Smart Craft Acrylics. See what that is like. I'm just going to pour it right into here. And I'm going to take the little lids off each of these tools. Okay, I'm just going to get a paper towel here too, because I am rinsing them off by just shaking them in some water. And I hadn't gotten them completely clean, so I think you kind of still have to So please know, I'm not encouraging you to blow your budget on a set of tools like this. However, I trust that you will discern whether it is a price that you are happy with or not. Let's see here. Do they bend, misshape easily? Not yet, but I have no idea. I'm not going to try to do it. I imagine if you, I don't think it's happening easily, but, yeah. I think as long as you have, they come with these little, tip covers, not for the great big ones, but for the smaller ones. And I think that makes a difference. You could probably come up with a tip cover like this that you could put over it, maybe even a thimble or something to kind of do that. Well, but I'm just saying, I understand. When I looked at the price, I was taken aback. I'm like, nope, I don't have that kind of money for a set of tools. So I wouldn't have tried them if I hadn't been contacted by the company. I think that if they're this easy to use, there's where we just got it on the edge. Let me pour a little more paint into the container here because I think it needs to be fuller. Okay, so I just want to get soap and blow bubbles. I've given it a good rinse and my paper towel is coming clean. You just have to focus and not do it quickly and pay attention. Okay, so this paint might be too thin. So this is Craft Smart paint. It's not picking up enough paint. Doesn't mean that this can't be an interesting thing. Doesn't mean that if we add some thickening medium that wouldn't change, right? Can do some of these outlines. But so as of right now, Craft Smart is too thin. I'd be interested to see how much of a thickening medium would make the difference though. I think they're $70 or $80 Canadian. Sorry, Sarah. I meant to come back to that question. All right. Deco Art Americana straight out of the bottle. Ooh, okay. All right, Jen. I'm picking up what you're laying down. So let's take you and your crusty business here. Gotta love pulling out the paint boogers. Okay. I'm going to try these with multi-surface and one's thin down as well on ceramics, because I don't know, because they are a flat surface, I don't know how it's going to work on that. There you go, $67.95 Canadian. There you go. Yeah, like I said, they're not cheap, and I would not have been able to go and get some on my own. There you go, Jan. Deco Art Americana works good. Lovely, lovely. Like I said, this is a personal choice. Do not blow your budget. I'm not telling you to go buy anything. If it feels good to you and feels like it could be fun, then have at it. But I totally agree that it is not a price point that is going to necessarily be feasible or desirable for anybody. That is really kind of fun, though. And like everything, right? Like, our dotting tools are really just unsharpened pencils of different sizes, right? There's always things out there that you can do to modify to get something similar. Just like with the regular tools. You can use crochet hooks. You can use drill bits. You can... Oh, did I just drag a swoop on there? No, I didn't. Thought I did, but I didn't. So let's see now if we dip the paint in. So I've been dipping the paint like this. It does create bubbles. See it kind of spring back. Okay. So let's try now. Yeah. This is a absolute 100% in the moment review because I had not opened these or tried these before we got on this live. So this is all experimentation together. If I dip it in that way, I can almost make it move around. So you could do that just to create different organizations of the paint, maybe. Free shipping in Canada? Fantastic. Yeah, probably longer lasting than the date night, and you don't have to put out, Jan. $70 and I can just sit and paint and I don't have to do anything? Sounds great. $76.10. Oh, that's not bad after tax. Oh, yeah, Leanne could really like these. I'm going to post about these. I'm going to put up some videos and stuff. I didn't intend to sit and try these here with you guys, but I'm really glad that we did. All right, so Deco Art Americana, thumbs up. As always, Deco Art Americana always get the thumbs up for everything, doesn't it? All right, so now let's try a folk art. Oh, absolutely. And they're not going to be for everybody, right? Totally not for everybody. You have to decide whether they are going to be a right choice for you. I will try a mug. I'm going to, I don't have anything handy. Oh, I got that mug. I'll try it. Okay, and I'll grab some multi-surface paint and we'll try that too. Oh, and this is a really good thick one too, so we'll see what... Oh no, this paint is gross. Here's folk art. Oh, that's this stuff here. You can get a nice mold. Well, that's the thing. They're not for everybody. You get to choose where you spend your money. I am not asking anybody to spend any money on these tools. I am not. I am showing you that they're there and trusting that you will make the decisions that is best for you. Oh. I haven't seen her in a while either. That is... All right, I'm going to go and grab some multi-surface paints and a mug. And we'll see what we can find out about this on a curved surface. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. We'll find out though. Yeah, eventually, and when the timing is right. Right? Hey, Doris. Okay, I'm going to grab a mug and multi-surface paints. No, it's a set of dotting tools that I got from a dotting tool company called Beyond Dots. They look like some dental tools. They also look like some clay sculpture tools. But they are manufactured for dot painting. BeyondDots.ca. I have no idea. Maybe it only works on desktop or something. I don't know if anybody's on desktop versus the app, right? Okay, so let's try this one. We're going to use a multi-surface. For lots of people out there, that won't be expensive. There'll be lots of people that want to do it, and it's all personal choice anyway, right? It's all personal choice. Expensive to us is not what's necessarily relative out there, and it depends on what we're using it for, right? Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so these are multi-surface paints. Works perfectly fine on a mug to me. It's a little splattery. And I kind of like the coverage of the thin coverage. I kind of think it gives a cool kind of impact. And I wonder if that'll impact bubbling and stuff too. Very interesting. Imagine being able to do like your swoop clusters. 1. It's all the bubbles that's a little tough, having to go in and pop a lot of bubbles, but that might again have to do with, that might be more because of the surface. And it could be due with the paint too. But super freaking cute. Yeah, exactly. It's all dependent on what you think you could use it. Yeah. And you never know. They might start changing the price as time goes on. They might realize they're priced out of the market that they want to hit. And that's That's very, very possible. They have patterns as well. And it came with the case, the covers, and 2 canvases. I don't know if that's standard for them or not, but yeah. Wait and see. Well, and that too, Jan, for sure. It could help with how fast things get done. There's all kinds of stuff that... This is my least favorite paint so far. The multi-surface paint seems to splatter a little bit, and it bubbles a lot more than the other paints. Well, very, very interesting indeed. Fun, fun. All right. Well, that was fun to play with. So they come with these little cases like paintbrushes do for the little ones. I love the little one. I love, love, love the little one. This is fun. Like you can hold them differently and I don't have to turn my piece. Very, very interesting. Well, thanks for sitting with me while I play with them. Like I said, it was a completely blind thing because I haven't attempted to do anything with them yet. They just arrived yesterday, so I'll keep you posted as I play with them a little bit more. It is a set of tools that I was gifted, Lynn, by their manufacturer. They're a new set of tools, and the tools are called Beyond Dots. And they are these wire tools. Let me zoom out here. So they have these wires, if you can see them, of all different sizes that make all these different little designs just by dipping them in the paint. Isn't that cool? So neat. I haven't tried scooping the paint. Let's try that. I'm not sure what that'll do. I feel like it's not getting as much paint, but it definitely works for like that faded look. But it's not consistently loading the paint. Now again, this is the multi-surface that I'm not a super huge fan of, so this one color in particular. I love my Craft Smart multi-surface, but this one color has given me problems, so it wasn't the best color for me to choose to try that with. Oh, 1 second. I am not getting paid anything if you buy these tools or no, don't buy these tools. I was lucky enough to get gifted them to try them and show them out. I just want to do all the legality stuff to say this is not it was, in a sense, it was a paid promotion, right? Because I was gifted the tools, but you either get paid money or you get gifted stuff. And this one is a gifted one. And I'm really grateful that I got a chance to play with them, because I think they're going to be a lot of fun. So here is the handle. They just look like nice long paint brushes. So I think they've probably spent quite a bit on manufacturing trying to get these together. And there's your Beyond Dots right there. Oh, that was another one that was kind of cool that I saw them do on their website. Let me just grab some paint for a sec. Is they made a square type So if I do this and where was it? It's like this. No, that's not what they did. I don't know how they made their square. Never mind. So this isn't going to give you any texture, right? This is very flat. This isn't going to give you any texture in the dots. You would have to use a lot of extra paint to do that. Now, could you, let's try something here. Hold on. Yeah, they're very pretty tools. So like if you go and do, say, a petal here, right? If we pop that bubble, and let's say we want to have texture, I think we could add it by just adding paint to this and being able to spread it around, right? Just like we would if we are laying down a dot and we wanted to add more paint to our dots. So it's kind of nice because it keeps it in that shape and allows me to add that texture. So that's kind of cool. I can just add more and more paint on there. Yeah, because it creates that outline to hold the paint in there, which is kind of cool. Oh, so many bubbles though. Bubbles, bubbles. Keep your tools handy if you get these for popping bubbles, because that is definitely going to come into play. But that's kind of cool. That is kind of neat. So I wonder if I did this one. Right? And then if I did this one. Oh, look at the shape. Oh, that is kind of fun. I didn't pop the bubble. Whoops. That's kind of neat. And then you could even just straighten out the corners. And then you've got a diamond. Very interesting. Very, very, very intriguing. Okay. Yeah, it could definitely be good for people that struggle with swoops, for sure. Only shipped to Canada and the US. So David, there's always the option. If you did want to get a set, message me and let me know, because I can order them and then send them to you. Okay. And we can figure that out. We could do another care package, David, and send you some more paints along with them. Right? All right. Well, let's move that aside. That was fun to play with. All right. Where is the other one? Oh, right. It's in the water. 'Tis in the water because I was letting it soak. All right. Let me get this put away. And let's get back to the ornament. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so let's bring this back. And we'll blow that out of the water real fast, David. Nice try, though. Can't say that if you don't actually want me to come up with a solution to get around it. Oh, yeah, there's always ways to do it. Like I said, if I'm ever sending you guys a package and that's something that you want, we can figure that out. We'll figure it out somehow. Okay, so I'm going to do some walking dots here, and then I need to figure out what I'm going to do in the middle here. And I'm thinking just a few more swoops to finish it off, maybe. All right. Yeah, I think I'd like to do another one with less orange. Okay. So on there, I need to do what size? Those were a 6, so I need a 4.5, I think. I need a 4. I love the paints that dry quick enough that you can start adding top dots right away. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do one last set of swoops, I think. That little Dixie cup from the dollar store is doing pretty good. Pretty pleased with that. Oh, that's so nice of you, Lynn. It's okay. I like the funny faces. Hi, Christine. How you doing? All right. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to put there. So I don't know what to put there. So we are going to I'm thinking. No, can't figure it out right now. So that one's not going to come to me. So that one's just going to sit for a little bit until I can figure out what I want to do with that. So let's get out the purple and do some work on the big beast. So this is the piece that we started in the last workshop, and it's the pattern Quest. If you want to paint this design, there's a design on my website, a pattern called Quest, and this is the design. I did Quest originally in greens, but I switched up the colors for the workshop. You guys are so kind to each other. Yep, once it gets down too low, you have to be prepared to hang your ornament. Or find something that's smaller, like a smaller cup, or find somewhere different to deal with that, to let it dry. Okay. Which one do I need now? Okay, I need to stir these paints, number one, because they have not been stirred or even looked at in almost a month. So let's see what we can do. You like it? Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you. There's still a lot of detail left to go into it. I'm hoping that it adds more of the metallic color change detail. And actually, we might even do that. That would be a good one to work on today. No, I want to wait and do that after I erase the guidelines. Well, I could erase the guidelines, though. No, we're going to keep going with the design. Try and get the rest of the design done. How you doing, Lauren? How are ya? Good to see ya. And thank you. So this design, like I said, is called Quest. There's a downloadable pattern available on my website, mandalaloveaffair.com. If you sort it from oldest to newest, this is going to be one of my oldest patterns on my website. I believe it was the third one I ever released. And like I said, it's called Quest. I love this design. It's fun to revisit it. And my paint is very, very thick. So I'm going to add in some pouring medium. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Right back at you. I'm glad you're doing good. We're doing fine. Audrey is curled up. Oh, you guys got to see this. Look at this little baby. Look at this little baby. Ooh. There she is, the little noodle. Got this huge, super soft plush comforter. It feels like a stuffed animal. Oh, hi! Audrey. Leave me alone. She's pretty happy. So yeah, she sleeps up on top of this a lot during the day. And when she's not on this, then she is on this, which is an electric blanket. She's pretty happy. She's a good little sleeper. Oops, sorry guys. Get my phone hooked back up. Oh. All right. Let's get back to stirring some paint. Let's see what we can get done on this one. So part of the workshop that we did is after the main workshop where we did this design, then we started, we did a mini live the Tuesday after, and we talked about options to expand the design, to make it a larger design, because it's a 6 or 7 inch design on its own. So what if we wanted to take like a 14-inch canvas or panel or something and make it larger? So that's what we're working on here. I know, isn't she cute? I know, I want to be as comfortable as Audrey too. Oh, and I meant to say, the colors for this, the metallic purple is one of the Arteza Chameleon acrylics. I finally broke down and bought myself some Arteza paints, some metallics and the Chameleon ones, and it's that one. It's one that ever since I tested it out and swatched it out, I was so excited to give it a shot. Okay, I think that paint's good now. And you know what? I'm just going to stir the one because we might not get past the one color of purple. We might only get, because we've got 2 rows of walking dots to do in the dark purple. And I don't know that we'll get past two of those 2 rows before the end of the live. So let's go this way and see how we can go here. Lynn, you're so funny. Yeah, in one of her leisure suits. She says hi back. I'm so sorry, Georgie. What will dry standing up in a bottle? Oh, the paints? And having them not dry out in the containers. It's frustrating, isn't it, when you get a paint? Now, the good thing is that most paints, if you add an acrylic medium to it, the pouring medium, you can bring a lot of it back, because when it dries out, it's super concentrated pigment. But there are some that, you know, if it's super gummy, then you might have to let it dry out and then make it into a powder. It can be really labor intensive, right? But it's so frustrating when they dry out in the bottle. I'm like, you guys are the professionals and you can't create a bottle that seals it and keeps the paint forever for me. Why not? Oh, and I got some new colors of Art Alchemy paint in the mail. Hold on, I'll go grab them. And you know what? We should swatch them, because I haven't swatched them. Let's do that. Hold on. Let me find them. Oh, the ornament. How would you put it in a bottle? Oh, just with the opening? Yeah, and a bottle would work good for the opening to set it on as well. Supporter less diabolical. All right, let's swatch the new Art Alchemy paints. Put it on here. First one is, I got this in a set of 3. So this is Vintage Rose. I think it's going to look really, really delicate and pretty. Woo! I always forget. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, I took a nice, great big whiff of the Art Alchemy paints. They are a stronger odor, you guys, so please be aware of that. Oh, it's such a sweet baby pink. Let's zoom out. Yeah, it's not going to show up great on camera. So pretty. And then the other color, the next color is Brass Hardware. I know, aren't they pretty? The pink and the Brass Hardware aren't colors I necessarily would have purposely gone out and bought. I like them. But the third color in the pack is the reason I bought this pack of 3. And I had no doubt being able to see that I would use, look at that. that I would use the pink and the bronze anyway. Or brass. So pretty. Okay, and then our final color, and this is the one that I bought it for. Is dark velvet. Hold on one second, let me see. All right, sorry guys. So the final color is dark velvet. Look at that purple. Let's open it. That wasn't supposed to come off right away. Oh my God. Well, anyways, there's the color. So this is definitely not a color that is going to stand out on the black, but as an accent color, hold on one second, you guys. But as an accent color, I think it'll work really well. Sorry, just wanted to shut the door so I could hear you. So let me go back and look at this again. So here is the purple. So I'm interested to see once it dries to see how it looks on the black background. And see how these kind of stand out. It could be a really neat one to use on a really nice black background and have it only really visible when the light hits it a certain way, kind of like the black metallic. But I remember seeing it and I just kind of, oh, I need to try that color. There we go, that's fun. Okay. Let's grab this back again. Oops, sorry guys. Hey Audrey, you okay? Sorry, gotta stay in here. You okay? Oh, Audrey's having a hairball, I think. Hold on a sec, you guys. You okay? Are you alright? Okay, we're okay. So didn't want to catch that on camera for you. Oh, that would look cool on the wood spires. The black one is the Bliss Drops in Tombstone. Love that one too. But yeah, it would look really good. The Bliss Drops, that's with Deserted Bliss with Tara. I don't think this is going to be a big enough dot. Oh, maybe. All right. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to continue building this out yet. I've got a couple different ideas. But we're going to kind of wing it an awful lot to see what we can come up with. I think this is another one that's going to look really cool depending on how the light hits it. Because that's going to have, when the light's not hitting this metallic color really strongly or at just the right angle, the metallic really doesn't show up much at all. it blends into the back of the design very, very easily. Can't wait for life to slow down a bit so I can actually play with my paints. Oh, I hope that happens for you. Might have been... Oh, it was definitely the smell that made me cough. 100%. 100%. Oh, that made Audrey cough. Oh, it might have been. It very well might have been. So we're going to do 2 rows of this dark purple. In the petals on the inside here, I did 1 row of the light, which is the pink, 2 rows of the medium, and 2 rows of the dark. And in these ones, I'm going to do 2 rows of each. I hope you get some time to play soon too, Holly. Be good for you. Be good for your soul, eh? Yeah, it might be that making Audrey cough. I find it interesting that she didn't have to get out of bed and wake up until I closed the door. So what everybody else gonna get up to for the rest of the day? Catching you right in the middle of the day for a lot of people, or right at the beginning of the day for a lot. What else is new for today? What's on deck? I'm hoping to do a couple more pours. At least 1 more pour, hopefully. And maybe prep some stuff, maybe finish the ornaments, the green ornaments, and get them done. I have so many other tasks that keep me away from painting, and they're very loud. Like, don't forget about us over here. But I'm hoping to spend the majority of today painting. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. So what are you guys going to be doing? Oops. Have a long 2-day craft fair this Friday and Saturday. Oh, very nice. I hope it goes really, really well. How far of a drive is that for you? Yeah, I hope it's really successful. Plan on doing nothing today. Today's going to be a day of just nothingness. That's wonderful. Oh, crochet, watching a movie. What you making with your crocheting? I miss crocheting. I need to go to my storage unit and get myself some yarn. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of yarn out there. And I miss it. I miss making blankets. I was only ever, and still am only ever able to crochet something that will end up as a square or a rectangle. Baby blankets, that's nice. Those are fun to do too, because they're a good size and instant gratification. Excuse me. What movie are you going to watch, Patty? Anything picked out already? I'll do anything and everything except the grayscale painting I'm supposed to make. That's the hard part, right? Just remember, just at least check in with yourself as why do you feel you have to do it? Just because you said you were going to, or because you actually want to, right? And wait until you actually want to do it, because there's no rush. No rush otherwise. which one of these do I want? Trying to decide which tool I need. I think I want this. Actually, no, I want this one. Okay. So I've been trying to think of what I'm going to do in between these petals because there's a huge amount of space there, right? So I could decide to add more petals halfway between that are identical to these ones. I could decide to do something completely different. But I want it to be cohesive with the other design. I don't want it to look like, okay, she did this design first and then she pulled this one out of her head some other time. I want it to make it look like it makes sense and it's a continuation. So what I'm actually thinking I might do is in the middle here, I might treat this outer row as if it's these rows. So in between, I'll do smaller petals and then I'll do these larger swoops. And we'll keep going out that way and keep wrapping these colors around. Something on Netflix? Very nice. I haven't sat down and watched a movie in a long time. I've been craving Lord of the Rings. That might happen. Hour and a half drive for me. 2 more shows this year. That's exciting. I hope it goes so well. Hoping to get some painting in, just waiting for your back to calm down. Oh, that's not good. And that's the worst when you feel like it's, you know, if you breathe too hard, it's going to trigger it off, right? Halloween event shows, it's good. Someone ordered one and I want to, but I really want to sit and focus for that one. So that's exactly what I don't want to do right now. I already poured so many things today, cleaned all the molds, put away all the casting, cleaned the kitchen. There you go. And that's always a good idea. The purples are, I would have to honestly go back to refer to the workshop to get the list of colors. I don't have them in front of me. I put the paints away. So I'm really sorry. If somebody who has attended the workshop, that's the only place I think I've shared these colors, and like I said, I put my paints away. So I'm not even sure which ones I used if I had to pull them again right now. I'd have to go back and look. Sorry, Sarah. So this is a continuation on of the painting that we started during the last workshop. You gotta see this. This is so cute. Look at this. She likes to look out the window. So she moves the blinds and goes and looks out the window. What do you see? Oh, there she goes. I love it though when I sit and I can see that there's this little triangle of light through my blinds. It's because little Miss is sitting there looking out the window. Oh yeah, now she's over on this side. Look. Look. Looking out the window. My little tail. Oh my God. She's too much. She is too much. All right. I know, eh? I know, it's so cute. It's heartbreaking though. It's heartbreaking though. She, when she was first rescued, and she was in the vet to get spayed, she was so stressed out that she chewed the end of her tail off. They came in, had to amputate the tail. But then the next night she did it again because they didn't amputate enough off of it. So now that is after two amputation surgeries that she went through to get her tail removed. Poor thing. I know, isn't it cute? She's super cute. At the ceiling. Yeah, I always wonder that too. Just bought some round plastic ornaments and trying to find the center. I think I'll watch more of your YouTube instead. One of the great things, if you have any of these stencils, Diane, if you have any of stencils like this, like the flexible ones from Happy Dotting Company, these can work really well on ornaments. And you still have to do some eyeballing, right, to be able to see if you've actually found the center. But these can really make a big difference in helping you line up, if that's helpful at all. I know, eh? My poor girl. I assure you she is quite fine now. And the only reason she is mad right now is that the blinds are closed. I haven't opened them for her. She doesn't feel like sticking her face in there yet. And all of the doors are closed, so she is stuck in here with me. So she's mad. She's mad. I'm so lucky to have her. So lucky to have her. And my only job is to make sure she has a good life. The antihistamines seem to be helping her. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to keep her allergies under control and help get her healthy and make some positive changes around the apartment that can hopefully help with all of that too. She is 9, 10-ish. Jamie, we're taking care of 4-month-old Samoyed male puppy for 12 days since the owners are taking a holiday to Japan. We'll be with us for Monday. And we're looking for, that's going to be lovely. It's going to be so wonderful for you to have a puppy around, eh? And oh my God, they must be so cute. What a great name too, Coda. That's awesome. I hope you really enjoy it. I hope it's good for your soul, Asha. That's wonderful. Because healing from that kind of grief isn't linear, is it? And how wonderful that there are puppies to help us. That's so lovely. Start your own dog sitting business and just have people pay you and drop the dog off. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye. I hope it's a wonderful time. I'd have a really hard time if I ever did that kind of dog sitting, though, because I'd be telling everybody, if you are training your dog to not sleep on your bed, do not bring him here. Plain and simple. If you want them not to go on the furniture, that is not training that I will maintain for you. If they're staying with me, they will eat at the dinner table if I want them to. Which is why I am not qualified to do dog sitting for sure. Thanks again for coming and hanging out, you guys. Nice to do a daytime live and be able to see a whole bunch of you that haven't really gotten to see a lot of over the last, well, really in 2023, you know, because since the beginning of this year, I've really been doing pretty much all nighttime lives other than the Saturday. So it's really nice to get to spend some time with some different people. And not different people, but, you know, just more often with you guys. He came to our home and could sense both our babies in the home. He felt so much at home. Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah, they're going to pick up on that energy, right? They're going to know, hey, animals that have been very loved have been here before, so this is a safe space. Okay. So, I am going to, just thinking, I wonder if I should just do another one the same size. Yeah, I'm gonna do others the same size. So let's just for fun we'll do the center dots of the other. I'm gonna do this many again, but I'm gonna put them all in the middle here. And then we'll start building that up from there. I think that'll work well. But what size do I need? 6? No, I need a 6.5, I think. 6.5. All right. So 6.5 is going to go right there. Oops. And then we'll create more petals in here. Oops. Oh, there's cat hair there. Now, in the original quest design too, these dots that I'm doing now were done in gold. And instead of purples, there was greens. Now, one of the things that I did on that original design was everywhere where there was these large dots here, I did top dots in the 3 main colors. So, for example, the green would have 3 layers of top dots. The gold would have 3 layers of green top dots on it. So with these dots, they would get 3 layers potentially of the 2 purples and the pink. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that with this one or not. But it's definitely on the table. Now, we'll have to see. Take care, Sarah. It was good to see ya. And I think that actually this is a natural stopping point here, you guys, because by the time I get my pink paint stirred to do that first row of walking dots, but you know what, we'll add a little bit of paint to these and just smooth them out a bit. So I might decide to go back in and do the layers of the top dots. I might just decide to go back in and add a lot more layers of paint in the same color to these dots just to make them look a little juicier maybe, right? Not really sure, but we'll see. And then in these rows of dots, see how in the very first 3 rows there's all the tiny detail dots there? Well, the row of dots on the outer edge are going to get the same tiny dots there. And those tiny dots are in the color of this metallic. It's still crazy to me how different the color is when it dries. So when we go out here, we'll get all those dots. And then those will dry and then look the same as the other ones. And then in between, so then I'm going to just start kind of repeating this design again, right? So in between each of these, there is going to be one of these big swoops and then some of these swoops that go down and around them on all of these going out. And then we'll do another row and that'll finish off the design. That should take us all the way out to the edge. Because once I am here and they're all level here, then I can kind of see where my space is going to be. So I'm really excited to kind of see how this ends up turning out. But this is a natural stopping point. So I am going to, we'll say good afternoon for today. And if you are around tomorrow evening and want to come hang out on TikTok, I'll be there live from 8 till 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, thanks again so much for coming and hanging out today, guys. Always is good to spend time with you guys. And always good to, just be around your energy. I appreciate that. Just scrolling to make sure I missed anything. Bye, Patty. Lots of love to you. You too, Letitia. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for letting me play and hanging out with me while I play, you guys. Lots of love to you. We'll see you soon. Just take care of yourselves, okay? I'm glad you did too, Holly. Lots of love to you guys. Big hugs. Bye.